Hello and welcome to my YouTube video. So, this video is going to be about what's next for me, what is in store. Now, I've done this video a couple of times, I've recorded this video a couple of times, and my laptop has broken, and then I haven't been able to edit it. So, what I'm doing is I'm just recording it on my phone and I'm just going to whack it straight up on YouTube because this is way overdue, way overdue. Yeah, no, the piece of shit laptop over there just staring at me. It fixes itself. I'm like, okay, I don't need to get it fixed, and it breaks the day that I'm going to use it. So it's a bit of a little bastard, really. Anyway, back to the subject. Um, so yeah, I've been asked plenty of times. Oh, so what are you doing next? When are you next competing? And I definitely not competing next year. Definitely not. Um, I want to get to a standard. Um, I want to take time away from the stage to get to a very good standard. So, and you can only do that by taking time to the stage, taking time away from the stage, and having an extended off-season phase. So I want to make some massive improvements. And essentially, what I want to go into is I want to go and attempt to attain an IFBB Pro card in the Classic Physique. Now, the reason behind wanting to go into Classic Physique is essentially I watched this year's Olympia. The Open came on. I was like, I was a little underwhelmed. I was like, usually, I'm watching the Olympia. I'm like, shit, I want to look like that, or I want to. They're the type of physiques I aspire to. But without, Sean Roden and Phil Heath and people like that, it was very, I don't know, it underwhelmed me. Now, the class that has caught my eye for, since it came out, and it's been in deep consideration. Anyway, that came on next, which is the Classic Physique. And I watched it, and oh my god, I was in awe. The guys just seem to pose better. They seem to just be more, I don't know, more conditioned, more balanced. Anyway, it just seemed more aesthetically pleasing to me, and it just looked. I looked at the physiques, and I just thought, yes, definitely, that's more desirable for me. That level of where they've taken their physique is more desirable. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'll never ever consider open. But another reason why classic physique would be good for me is because if I was to go into open or wanted to attempt a pro card in open bodybuilding, I would have to gain a lot of muscle to be worthy of a pro card, and I won't need to attain as much if I was to go into the classic physique. So it's sort of on the way that class is. So, I'm building my physique. Classic physique's there. Hey, look, mate, just have a competition with you. Boom, see where we fit in. If I do fit into the classic physique and I do well, then great. That's the class for me. But if it turns out I don't have the shape or the structure for it, or for whatever reason, then I could progress my physique a bit more and try to fit into open bodybuilding. And yeah, so essentially that is why I'm going into classic physique. Now the big question is, will you become assisted to follow those goals? And the answer is yes, I will. I will become assisted. I will use performance enhancing drugs. And there's me just coming out and saying it. Currently, I started. I came off prep, and a couple of weeks after prep, I started. I started using PEDs, and so I've been on them for around about 6 weeks now, and my face is blown up. That's the most. My face looks fatter than my body, which is crazy, but apparently that is normal. Now, this has been a very big consideration since I stepped off stage as a teen. I always thought, what's next? I definitely want to compete as a junior. But after that, I like to think long term. I like to think about my career in this. I was like, I will compete as a junior, see if I still enjoy it as a bodybuilder, and then I'll make the jump and go assisted and do something with an assisted physique, and that is, classic physique. Um, Now, I'm still with I'm still with AJ in terms of my nutrition and training, and we'll be working together for the foreseeable future. I'm I'm thinking a good long while. Um, but in terms of my steroid protocols, it's someone by the name of Joe Jeffrey. If you haven't heard of him, he's a very knowledgeable guy on the subject, and someone who does his research in his free time. Definitely, he's very passionate about the subject, so he is who I'm trusting to sort of guide me on this. My first sort of well, I'm starting off on 500 milligrams of test, and yeah, we're going to monitor it from there. Now, I want to, what I'm doing alongside this is I'm monitoring my blood pressure. I'm taking health supplements. I'm going to have my bloods done. Um, I'm monitoring my health in a number of ways and making sure the side effects to essentially reduce them as much as possible. I try to do this the healthiest way possible. Now, I want to make a note that this is not a healthy thing to do, going assisted. And I also want to make a note that I adore natural bodybuilding still. I'll still be very much involved going to the shows. I'll still be coaching clients. Um, in natural federations. I absolutely love natural bodybuilding. I think some of the athletes in there are not only incredible people but just incredible physiques. And the natural standard is just phenomenal. And I also want to make it known that for what most people want out of their physique is very much attainable naturally. It just so happens that what I want with my physique, there's more of a case to go assisted with it. So yeah, and that's that, because I have noticed since I've told a few people I'm going assisted, they're wanting to go assisted because I've been natural, and then I'm going assisted. So I just want to, if this is a consideration that you guys are making, definitely do something natural first. Spend a good time natural and see where you can take your physique. If you're happy with it, then that's awesome. Just give it some time, and obviously try don't just jump on the steroid bandwagon. But yeah, that's what I've got to say on that matter. Also, yeah, in terms of my training, now my injuries have gone down. So, be adding things like bench press, pressing, deadlift movements, and lower back loading, which I haven't been able to do in the past in prep because, the injuries have been there. So I'm very optimistic with that. I'm very optimistic about my future in this off season because I've never been in a position where I've been so optimal to grow. I'm still going to be approaching it in the respect that I'm just going to gain as much tissue as possible, mainly through nutrition and training. I'm going to try to add muscles within the right places and become balanced. So the natural weight limit for not the natural weight limit, what the fuck am I on about? The weight limit in the class of classic physique for my height, which is around about 5'8" to 5'9", is £190. I compete at around about £170. So if I was to step on stage at the same condition, I would need to be £20 heavier with lean muscle, and that is the aim. that is essentially the aim. I'm going to try to aim to get, over the next course of a couple of years, 20 pounds of lean muscle in the right places, and just try to fit that criteria of classic physique as much as possible. Like I said, I'll be working with AJ in terms of my training and nutrition. We are a very good team together, so it just makes sense. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. And yeah, I believe that is everything covered. Yeah, so I'm just gonna whack this straight onto YouTube. No, I can't edit it because my computer's broken. Yeah. So I will be releasing videos monitoring, my off season. Obviously, the effects of the steroids that I'm using. And just talking openly about it. I believe honesty is the best policy in terms of this. There's a lot of people that do go on and don't say a word, and they just sort of pretend that it's not very noticeable that they've gained a lot of fucking weight. I've gained a lot of weight at the moment. I'm like 35 pounds heavier than the stage weight in the course of like 7 weeks. But obviously that's not all muscle. But yeah, that is everything from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you some insight. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Bye.